go. So we can actually begin. Yesterday we had a webinar there also, but in EU there are quite many people there on the webinar, but in South Africa only 3 of you. That means we can get a little more interactive, a little more questions to answer, a little more time to answer the questions. So hello everyone, I'm Dominik Ribic from CAD Global. We are a company that sells software for design in construction and mechanical engineering. We focus on research and selling alternative solutions for these programs. Okay, and could I kindly ask you to write where are you from and what do you do, what's your profession? I'm a BIM manager. I have been a BIM manager, an engineer and an architect for the past 5 years. And I'm currently in Zagreb, stationed in Zagreb, in the capital of Croatia. So if you can just write down in chat from here where you're from and what's your profession. Okay, we can actually start in the presentation. I think that everyone is connected now who wants to connect. So welcome to our 4th webinar. Once again, I'm Dominik, a BIM advisor, Johannesburg civil engineer and programmer. That's Rick. Thank you for answering. Once again, I'm Dominik, a BIM advisor at CAD Global. Today we will be discussing some new features of progeCAD 2025 and how to enhance your productivity. So does anyone here have progeCAD or has used progeCAD, or what version of progeCAD do you have? We're gonna make an example of progeCAD 2025 versus progeCAD 2024. So one year difference. So we're gonna see how much performance do you gain or lose. We're gonna be focusing on 2 major features: AI Translate and Express tools. These are designed to help you work smarter and save time, whether you are a designer, engineer, or an architect. So basically, yeah, we can start with the speed test. So here we have a model. It's the same model. I just copied it so I can open it without being open in 2 different locations. So it won't open a model if it's the same one. Just copied it. And we can see how much time does it take to load. 2025 is almost done. We did this comparison also with AutoCAD. Okay, so 2025 is done. We can actually select, yeah, it's loaded. We did this comparison with AutoCAD 2025 last time, and AutoCAD also took his time to load it. Okay, 2024 is loaded. But as you can see, 2024 is not quite fluid as 2025. If you want to select something, it's laggy and buggy. Maybe it will break even. But if you go to 2025, I can select normally, and here we go, 400 block references. Well, 2024 takes his time. So this is thanks to the new IntelliCAD engine that we have in progeCAD 2025. It's quite useful for opening bigger programs. We did this comparison with AutoCAD 2025, as I said, and I think that AutoCAD broke last time that we tried to open a bigger file inside of it, while progeCAD opened it quite easily. So there's also a difference between those 2. Now we will go to the Express tools. Do you maybe have any commands or some job tasks in progeCAD or some CAD programs that take tons of time that we can maybe simplify or ease up for you. If you have any like annotations or something, you can write down in chat so we can try to find a solution to speed this up. I'm gonna just exit 2024. I'm gonna show some express tools. They are actually for that, for speeding up stuff. Let's begin with the first one. I'm gonna draw a few rectangles and a circle, just for example. Here, layer by entity, we can the first command we have in the express tools, that is in this tab over here, express tools. We can quickly freeze, lock, or hide other objects with just a second selection. We can fastly choose some of our objects, so we can select the source, so like the layer of our object. Let's say this square is on layer 0 and we want to select every square here, so we select the square and select the square again, and here we go, it will select all the squares here. This is most useful for when you have many layers. Now we just have 0. Okay, now total length is also great if you want to see the total length of your some object. Now let's use polyline. Okay, and click on total length. Now here you can see the total length of this object. Also for total area, you can calculate the total area quickly, and this command also adds, or if you have few areas, you can add them up, so you don't have to use a calculator. Okay, now we can move to text. I think all of you had in some time a need to write down text on an arc. Now this is pretty easy. I think that the same function exists also in AutoCAD. So you can see select the command arc align text, and we're just gonna write down arc align text, and you can edit your text here if you want, like offset it from the left, offset it from the right, and text height, let's put it to 15, maybe 25. Oh, that's too big. There we go. And it aligns, and you can just double click on it and edit it back if you want. It's quite easy. Now the second command is quite fun to use. It's a QR code, so if you're like doing inserting some valves, if you're an engineer, or let's say a sofa, if you're an architect, you can paste here the text URL of the site where you found the valve with all its specification, or the sofa. Or you can just simply create your own text, like CAD global. Okay, and insert the QR code. Here we go. Now if you scan this with your phone, you can use Google camera or something like that, and it will recognize what it's saying here with no problem. Now next we're gonna look at numbered markers. They are quite useful if you are drawing like axes, like X or Y axis. Let's draw like this. We're gonna have a couple of these. Okay, and let's draw like 2 down. There we go. Now if you want to draw ahead of this axis, you can just draw a circle and put text inside, center it, but that's quite like you have to do 3 or 4 things to do that right. Now we have this command where you can insert a number or a letter, with which one number you're starting or a letter you're starting, and the next one will be automatically updated, like text height, let's put 15. Shape is okay by me, and now we can just click on the ends of axis. If you want the ABC with the letters, you can just click on the letters, and again it will automatically update the next letter. So that's quite useful. Also, this is a quite nice one. If we draw a polyline, and this also will work polyline with lines. If you draw like let's say this is a face of a building, and we want to annotate this, we can just click this command here, polyline linear dimensions, click on it, and there we go, we have dimensions. Now we can delete some of them if we don't want them, like these, and we can place these dimensions annotations for some that we have, like some standard annotations that we have saved in our model. This is just an example. Now if you have a line that you want to annotate, let's say also like this, and this is all lines, and this is all polyline, one polyline, and we can easily transfer this into a polyline if you just select every line, polyline that you want. This also works with a polyline. If we put this polyline up here, now we can just select all of these and click on Smart Join. Now it will join all this all object into one polyline, and now we can just do this command and we have annotations for it. This is quite useful. It speeds up the process definitely. Now I will do a quick demonstration of the AI translation. This webinar will be quite small, like 15 minutes, so we'll do it fast. As you can see, we have different types of we have different languages here and different text types, like text, multiple text. We have a tag down here. Now this is English, but we can put whatever you want, like this is German, English, and this is French, I think, or Portuguese. Now we can translate it all into a desired language. Here are all the languages you need. You can also write down the command translate, just a second, translate, and this is the first command that will open this side window view if you don't have it open. Now we can select the English we want to translate it to, let's say English, and it will take a little bit of time, but it will transform all of the texts that you see right exactly in the way they are placed here. It will not transfer multiple texts into texts and then break them a little bit. As you can see, it transferred. Now we can also do this, let's say, let's put it back in Greek or something like that. Also, you can add languages here, so you're not limited with the languages you have here. If you click here, but now I cannot because it's translating, you can add the languages you wish to add. As you can see it, okay, maybe this one didn't transfer. Maybe, oh yeah, I locked this layer, that's why it didn't transfer, but the tags and the text were transferred. And here you can add or reduce languages if you want for transforming. Now this is also quite useful for multilingual collaborations. And that's basically it with this webinar. It's quite quick one. We will also send you a recording of this webinar if you need something from it. You can also send us some mails or help or questions. You can also ask questions here in chat. We can answer them quite quickly. We have some time left, so if you have any thing that we can discuss further, just let us know. That's basically it. We tested the newer version of progeCAD versus the older one. Newer is quite quick. As I said last time, we tested also AutoCAD 2025 and it kind of failed. The newer translation function we also tested. It's automatic, so you don't have to worry about it. So let's say you're working with someone from Germany, you can transfer it into English and transfer it back into German when you're done with the project. You have some improved Express tools also that we just shown with the annotations and stuff like that. Do we have any questions maybe? If you have any questions, just type it up in the chat. As I said, not a big number of people came today. That's maybe because in EU we had a webinar. Some of our customers got there on that webinar. Okay, if that's all, if you need any of these programs like progeCAD, AutoCAD, SketchUp or something like that, or even Arcline Beam programs like Revit, you can contact us at cadforafrica.co, or even we have a WhatsApp link, so you can text us there. We can give you a call or something if you need make a meeting. So that's basically it for today. Thank you all once again, and I hope to see you in the next webinar, which will be in 1 week's time. Okay, thank you and bye.